themselves in a sports arena, others in a boardroom. This is where I prove myself. What's up with that, America?
Ooh, you don't mess with her.
it.
She's one of the most feared and accomplished competition chefs in America. She's also the host of Supermarket Stakeout, a judge on Chopped, and a co-host on The Kitchen. Please welcome to the show, Iron Chef Alex Guarnaschelli.
Yeah.
Erica, before you jump in, we have to acknowledge that I think I see a picture of The Shining behind you. Jack Nicholson in The Shining.
You do. You do.
Oh.
And hence a window into what's going on over here.
Oh, a window into her soul.
I like it.
Okay.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Well, we're going to keep it cute over here.
Yes.
Now, you face chefs from across the country in your new show, Alex versus America. So what's it like to have a target on your back? Because we know you got one. And do you ever get scared of losing?
I am always scared of losing, and I always want to win. It's terrible. You know, I will race someone to the end of the block and try to trip them so that I can win. I have that in my nature.
Jeffy,
So there's that. But that said, you know, it's hard because on Alex versus America, I have a lot of chefs from around the country that are experts in a particular thing, and they come with that advantage. And I learn a lot about food and about, you know, looking into the mind of a chef.
Wow.
The other part of the show is that we explore, you know, how competition can be really gritty, how, you know, I burn stuff, I drop stuff, I cut my finger, I don't always win. We wanted to explore kind of breaking that fourth and just showing just the unbelievable pressure that just exists naturally. All that being said, I love all the chefs and I think they're great and I wish them the best and I want to win every time.
Ooh.
Questions?
Ooh. I love it. Speaking of chefs and competition, you've beaten Bobby Flay in his own kitchen. Yeah, you have. So what's the biggest mistake that the chefs who compete against you make, in your opinion?
I feel like, you know, the obvious answer would be something culinary, like they always overcook the chicken or something. But to be honest, I think the real answer is more subtle. And that is one that I've suffered from many times myself. And it's just simply not having enough confidence and not organizing that confidence to win. I think that's true of a lot of athletic events. I think that's true of people sitting at their desks at the office about to have a meeting with their boss. I think it's true when you're elbowing someone a way to get the last avocado at the grocery store. It's a matter of organizing your thoughts and really believing that you can do it. And if you don't, you know, then maybe I can crack the door open and sneak in.
I think you have a kindred spirit in Jeff.
I like it. Listen, I like the fieriness. I like it. And that wasn't a cooking pun either. But this is, things get heated literally on the show. So I got to know, how is your smack talk game? It seems pretty good, but how is it in the kitchen?
You know, that's a great question. I am a big fan, honestly, and you may be like, oh, come on. I'm a really big fan of letting the food talk the smack. So if chefs are talking smack, I've done it. Every chef has done it. It's just part of the sort of nerves and bravado. You can find a chef who's really humble, who just gets nervous and under the pressure just may say some stuff and then, you know, why did I say that? So honestly, yeah, I can do it. And I have fallen prey to the temptation. But for the most part, I like to say, let's let the celery do the talking, shall we? Let's let celery have a moment.
Alex, how come there's not more like chef beef? You know what I mean? Like in rap, there's Tupac and Biggie, Jojo Siwa and Candace Cameron Bure, you know, things like that. So why isn't there more chef beef? I know you have to taste other chefs' food and they have big restaurants in Vegas and you're like, this stinks, mine's better. How come that beef doesn't get outside of your little chef world?
You are spicy.
I
You could
am.
have been a chef.
I got a jalapeno joke for you too.
Okay.
Well,
All
oh boy, all right. That
It's
might
actually
be
a
another
habanero
segment.
joke.
You ruined it.
To be honest, is to say there isn't a chef beef, and you just don't know about it. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of bell peppers and pineapples to hide behind. I think that there are. I think there are grudges. I think people, you know, compete. They lose. They don't remember necessarily what happened in the moment, but they carry that sort of, wow, I lost, and that person judged me. You know. And then if you go to a competition and you're like, it's fancy meeting you here. So there's a lot of that.
It's
There's
real.
also there's also simultaneously a lot of generosity and a lot of goodwill and a lot of desire and love for chefs to share their passion for the craft. There's also that. And on Alex versus America, because we have experts, you know, people that work in a restaurant that only cooks oysters, or, you know, a restaurant that's, you know, only steak and potatoes. People come and they really have honed in on a specific thing, and they want to kind of share that with America. And honestly, for me, it's kind of amazing that through all the smoke and the fire and my burned pancetta and my mangled finger, I end up learning a lot. And I end up really being impressed and humbled by what a diverse group of people chefs are. And if you watch The Bear, I don't know if you've seen that show, The Bear, at all or heard about it.
It's on the list.
You get to look at a little bit of that. You get to look at a little bit of that. And I'm hoping Alex versus America does that same thing. It just explores the truth. I was listening to the show beforehand. You were talking about just work with what you got and be true, basically, in a nutshell. And I think for cooking, you know, that's kind of where I like to live.
And Alex, we have to run, but I didn't get a chance to ask my question, but I will ask you to do this. I think you should go and talk to people in middle schools and high schools about being honest about the fact that life is an absolute competition. And I want everybody to win and all of us to have fun. That's cool, and it's good to have a nice work environment, but I appreciate your intensity, and it's inspiring, and that's why we're talking to you, and that's where you are. That's why you are where you are right now, because you are willing to elbow somebody the other way to get that avocado. And I
will knock you out.
Hey, that everybody's got to go, you know. And honestly, I try to tell my kids the same thing. So it's been really inspiring to talk to you. I appreciate that. Go get that avocado.
By the way, I would also share the avocado with you once I've gotten it.
All right. Let's do it.
DBO Nation, you can catch episodes of Alex versus America now on Food Network and Discovery Plus. Alex, what a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be right back.